what you're looking at right now is the new face of leadership. I chose to go the route of SOE, standards of excellence. So I help people put zeros behind their numbers. I help people move up in or out of their organization and get paid their annual income monthly, their monthly income weekly, and their weekly income daily. I promise you, if you follow me at all, you're gonna wanna use something to write with. CSA first, CSA. Clarify, simplify, and amplify. Clarify, simplify, and amplify. It starts with the decision. Who do you wanna be and what do you wanna do? Who do you wanna be? You have to define that. If you don't know, then it's vague and it'll never be clear. The problem that we have is clarity. We walk into an organization happy to be there, happy that they accepted us, but we don't have a clear goal. That's why people stay in the same organization year after year after year, go to the same vacation spots with the same people and talk the same amount of nonsense around the same water cooler. So when I go into an organization and someone says they've been here for 20 years and they're still around $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, I'm like, ooh, it's chilly. It's a little bit cold when I know that all it takes for you to raise your prices, whether it's inside or outside of an organization, is self-belief and dedication. Brand you and not what you do. So when I meet people, I ask people, tell me a little bit about yourself, and they immediately tell me what they do. That's not who you are. Branding is who you are. Marketing is how people find out about you. So when you say, I'm a photographer, you just lumped yourself in with a million other photographers. What's special about you? Why should I work with you? I don't need a hand with a camera. I need a man with a story, a woman with a goal, a vision, someone with an idea of what they want to be and who they want to impact in their lives. That's what moves me. We know where we belong, whether we're in that seat or not. We heard the word legacy and we were pulled to come. I flew in last minute. Let's go. Leadership, legacy, love. Whew, I gotta be there. So what happens in marketing is when you say, I am you put yourself in what we call a red sea. You're now fighting against a million competitors with a million different things. Clarify. Who are you? What do you stand for? And then simplify it. Don't make it 10 things. Bruce Lee said, I do not fear the man who has thrown 10,000 kicks. He says, I fear the man who has practiced one kick 10,000 times. You can have the most mouth-watering steak that the world has ever seen, but if you try to position it or place it in a vegan neighborhood, you make no money. Who are you trying to market to? Sometimes we don't support each other. Sometimes you got to go outside of your community, outside of your neighborhood, outside of your phone book to find someone who will support you. So if your business is hurting, think about the place that you're trying to move, whatever it is that you're moving, and the people that you're trying to sell to. You want to become the OVO. The OVO is the only viable option in your vertical. The only viable option in your vertical. We're not here for competition. We're here for domination. We're here for domination, period. And if you feel differently, you're probably in the wrong room. Is anybody ready for the fifth one? Are you ready for the fifth one? Might want to capture this. Might want to capture this. For God's sakes, man, your prices. Your prices. We should stand out because of price. Some people look for the lowest price. You're making a big mistake because you're defining yourself. Your success comes from mindset and perception. If you're competing over the lowest price, there's a problem. Be the face of change that you want to see. Stop asking questions and start giving demands. Train people. I'm going to leave you with this. We train people how to treat us when we meet us based on how we treat ourselves. Brand you and not what you do. Thank you. Phenomenal afternoon. That's right. Brand you, not what you do. Also, you train people how to treat you when they meet you
based on how you treat yourself. Right, guys? So if you've never heard of me, you don't know who I am. That's my fault. I apologize for that, and I will work harder. My name is Sean Wright East, and I'm just a kid from Harlem who God chose to show his favor and mercy through. Grew up in the late 80s, early 90s, Harlem, New York. I have to say the old Harlem, though, because a lot of things have changed. But one thing has never changed. A lot of things have changed in business and branding and speaking and consulting, but one thing has never changed and continues to remain the same. You need confidence. You need confidence to be successful. So that's why we're doing this segment for the next couple of days. And people say, Sean, why go live at 12 o'clock? Listen, guys, I used to be you. Like, I know what it looks like. I know what it feels like. You've got a job. You're overworked, underappreciated, underpaid, overskilled. This is what they call lunchtime. We used to call it crunch time. I always felt like it was crunch time, always felt like it was clutch. I had to be on time, early, ready to go. 20 browsers up on the job, building my skill acumen, building my success acumen, listening to motivation, listening to every single thing that I could possibly get my hands on, reading every single thing that I could possibly get my hands on so I could go to the next level faster and sooner as opposed to later. So if you're on your job right now, you're trying to build your business, or you've got a business and you're not on a job, but you're still trying to build your business, guys, let me tell you what the gap is, what the main gap is. Confidence. Confidence is the main gap. Most entrepreneurs, professionals, career development specialists, all go from one thing to the next. Always, always, always. It's hard to lock in on one objective. Hard to lock in on one objective. Listen, put your virtual hand up if you've got a degree in something you don't have a job in. Put your virtual hand up if you know you're supposed to be more compensated and your money doesn't match your level of competence or level of dedication. Put your hand up if someone has less skills than you but are able to pay more bills than you. You know what the gap is? You know what the difference is? Confidence. Confidence. Put your virtual hand up if you know you're meant to be a speaker, meant to be a coach, meant to be a consultant, but you haven't really locked in yet. Put your hand up if you're certified but not monetized. What does that mean? You've gone through the courses, you've gone through the certifications, you got all of the accolades, all of the degrees on the wall, all of the competency, all of the love in your heart, but you don't have the revenue and the results, the R&R. The R&R, the revenue and the results to speak to that. The gap is confidence. The gap is standing up for yourself, asserting yourself, for fear of maybe being accused of being aggressive. You can't be accused. You can't be in fear of being confused, someone confusing your assertiveness with aggression, because a lot of times that's what's going to happen. People who don't understand your tenacity, your love for the people, or your drive to be successful are not going to understand why you're doing it. They're going to say, why are they so loud? Why are they so loud? Why are they always doing the most? Why do they show up the way they do? Like I'm not in front of a crowd. Why do I have on a suit? Why the red tie, white shirt all of the time? Why do they always look you in the eye, shake your hand firmly, and speak a little bit loudly? It's because of confidence. It's because of confidence. The reason we're able to raise prices, the reason we're able to write books, the reason we're able to speak clearly to a crowd and not have to script it or memorize it, it's because we have supreme confidence in our ability. And what we're going to be talking about today is ways that you can build your competence and confidence. Your confidence in your competence and competence in your confidence, because you already know what you need to know to be successful. You just don't know how to articulate it. You don't know how to speak it into the marketplace. What do they say? Cats got your tongue. Cats got your tongue. And when it's time for you to speak, it's fear. There is some inhibition. There is something happening that stops you from being as assertive as you know you could be, from saying the price that you know you could say. Listen, I have clients, guys. I have clients that have told me at the very the crux of the deal, as they're going through a closing call, they'll think of me and put a 0 on the back of their number. And then they come back to me and they say, Sean, it's amazing. They said yes. I said, I'm sure they did. Of course they did. What was the number? They said, I did my package for $5,000. I said $50,000. And they said yes. I said, okay. Now, what would have happened if you'd have been doing that for the last 2 years? Where would your business be? Where would your life be? Where would your career be if you added a 0 to the back of your number or changed your asking price because you had supreme confidence in your education, experience, and expertise? Before we go to a break, this is what I want to tell you. We help people take their education, experience, and expertise and turn it into impact, income, and independence. Let's grow.
It's very important that you know yourself to the highest degree possible, because it's through knowing ourselves that we're able to know other people. You are the most important person in the room, and the better that you know yourself, the better that you're able to communicate to others. So you're not only playing the game knowing who you are, but you're also playing the game knowing who everyone else is, so that you're not playing blind.
He's extremely engaging with people. He has a fantastic smile, and he's just very high energy person.
This is called leadership development. So we have to be independently knowledgeable and considerate to know who we are, so we can more effectively know who other people are. As the leader, it's your responsibility to allocate resources in the right places. If you don't know how to communicate effectively, you're losing the battle. I said Sean Rais. I'm proud. Sean Rais. Leadership is not the brand they made for us.
Listen, he brought fire, heat. He didn't hold back.
20 years down the line, what I could sell, why not serve first? Service over salary. Branding like a leader closes the gap for people who want branding. Speaking like a leader closes the gap for people who are nervous about speaking. If Steve Jobs would have speculated, we wouldn't have Apple.
He changed lives. He helped people open up their business and start their business.
We are the brand. Some people say, Sean, should I quit my job? Mentally, yes.
As a speaker, too, to be able to learn from him and watch him and you know, game respects game. And I want to have that much game someday.
The right client, pay $500,000 for what you do. You have to be bold in your beliefs.
He has been an amazing asset to this event and a pleasure to work with. Very captivating, collaborative, worked very well with the audience.
I want to help you. Put a 0 behind your number, right?
The session was great. How he is online, virtually, he is even more phenomenal in person.
Be the face of change that you want to see. Stop asking questions and start giving demands.
The entire team has just been absolutely incredible. They are a joy to work with. They go above and beyond.
Give yourself a round of applause. Yes, yes, yes.
Watch this, guys. At some point, you're going to have to show up. At some point, you're going to have to show up, no matter what, no matter where you are in your business, no matter where you are in your life. At some point, the real you is going to have to stand up. So let me tell you a story, because I learned from Les Brown never to have a point without a story or tell a story without having a point. So how did I get here? How did it happen, Sean? What steps did you take? How did you go get the education after being that kid from Harlem who grew up in the late 80s, early 90s and made a lot of mistakes? Okay, so this might be you. You might be someone who suffered a lot of injustices. Let's just call it that, right? Income disparity, educational inequality. You didn't have a lot of opportunities. Those things didn't exist in your neighborhood. I can remember on the end of when Reagan came into office, I can remember there being after school programs. And then I could remember those vanishing. I can remember the after school programs vanishing, and our after school program became the corner. I can remember the music shift when we moved from Boogie Down Productions to NWA, and we moved from consciousness to criminality. And it was pushed, as well as other socio-ecological agendas. And because of those socio-ecological agendas, a lot of people made wrong decisions growing up in that absentee father climate. Father wasn't there, mother had to work, latchkey kid, come home with keys to your apartment and stay there until everybody gets home around 6, 7 p.m. Sound familiar? Takes a nation to raise a child, but the village isn't really there. The parentage isn't really there. The manhood, the fatherhood isn't really there. Everybody's doing their own thing. And you got to kind of fend for yourself and make sense out of what seems like to be senseless. Listen, guys, in those situations, mistakes are made. In those situations, consequences are dealt. Right? And we don't get to choose who our parents were. But as men and women, we get to choose who our children's parents will be. So that was me. That was me at a situation in my 30s, having to choose who my children's parents were going to be, who their father was going to be. And I had to gain confidence. I had to look inside of myself for the confidence to become the example of leadership that they could see so that they would have the ability to at least say, I saw it. And listen, win, lose, or draw, if I made it, I succeeded, phenomenal. But if I didn't, at least I could say that I tried. So how many things do you have the opportunity to do that you're not even trying to do yet? I have so many people that know they need to write a book and know that they have a book inside them, but they haven't put the pen to the paper yet. Listen, I have so many people out there that know that they should be compensated more than they are being compensated. But are they positioning themselves for the raise? Are they setting the appointment? Are they demanding their value? Are they seeing their value as being more? Ask yourself that question. Are you seeing your value as being more? And are you taking the steps that you need to take in order to make it a reality? Or are you still at the age of maybe 16 or 17 or 25 when something happened to you and your courage got taken away? Your confidence got taken away. Your confidence was stolen because somebody left or somebody did something to you or something happened around you that shook your confidence and made you feel like you're no longer in control. So now fast forward 15 years later, you feel like you're not in control, or you feel like the outcome won't be what you need it to be or what it could be if you properly asserted yourself. Do you feel like you might be assaulted or someone might take your raising your voice as an assault, your confidence in yourself as offensive? And you don't want to be offensive because you were taught to be quiet. Maybe you were taught to be seen and not heard. Or maybe you were taught to speak in a low tone and never raise your voice. You may have heard this. Closed mouth doesn't get fed. Closed mouth doesn't get fed. You might have also heard this. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. Listen, if you have the education, experience, and expertise, and you don't have the impact, income, and independence that you desire, the bridge is confidence. The bridge to building your personal brand, to writing your book, to being the phenomenal leader that you know you were born to be, is confidence, not just a little bit of confidence, but supreme confidence in your ability to do what needs to be done, to say what needs to be said, to confront the old you and change. There's that word. Change. See, change means stepping out of your comfort zone, guys. And a lot of people aren't comfortable with that. Why should I change? Why do I have to change? Things are okay. They're just okay where we're at right now. We just got to this level. All right. They might be okay for you. But what about your children? What about your progeny? What about your legacy? What about those coming behind you? What about your clients? What about your potential clients? What about the clients that are waiting for you to make a shift that you don't even know yet? What about the taxes that you want to pay? Listen, guys, I guarantee you, it feels really good to pay your former yearly salary in taxes. It feels really good to buy your car cash. It feels real good to own your home without a 30-year mortgage because you had a lump sum and you were able to drop that monthly payment and drop that mortgage and drop that 30-year mortgage into a 15-year mortgage and then pay that off in 5. These are things that are possible when you become confident. What about student loans? What about paying your student loans off in cash? See, people don't want to talk about this because it's too much of a shift. It shakes up the system. It shakes up the hierarchy. People aren't supposed to talk like this, so they teach you and they program you to be unconfident and feel like you're incompetent, even though you have master's degrees, 20 years in a said vertical or occupation. Listen, you are only as disempowered as you perceive yourself to be. The reason why I did this and what I do is help leaders to become brands and brand themselves. You train people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. I teach authenticity marketing. If people can take advantage of you, they will in your personal or professional existence.
My biggest takeaway just from day one is you are the brand. I would recommend it to anybody that's really looking to build a personal brand.
Just the brand in general has changed my life. I've grown so much since I've been a part of this.
I see myself in what he does, and I believe in it just as much as I believe in myself.
Business is like a game of chess. It's not checkers. If you don't know how to lead with a personal brand, then you're losing the battle.
Everything about Sean's talk was fantastic. I mean, I got so much from it.
So he was really bringing fire and passion and just love and spirit to let everybody else know how do you become a leader amongst the leaders.
You hold the key in your hand. There is more power in this phone than there was that took the first man to the moon.
His energy, his dynamic information, gave a really great presentation.
I didn't ask for any money. I didn't have an offer. I had a heart to help people and meet them where they were at and find their need and fulfill it.
Sean is the bomb.
Hey guys, listen. Okay, so let me summarize this real quick because we're about to go. I know everybody about to go report back to work, right? The lunch hour, the crunch hour is almost over. Everybody about to go back to work. So listen, let me help you out real quick. The only reason you see those testimonials about what we do is because I gained confidence. The only reason that we wrote the book is because we gained confidence. Put the book out because we gained confidence. Raised the prices because we gained confidence. The only reason you see me speaking to you right now is because I raised the confidence level. It wasn't the competence level. You've got that now. It wasn't the competence level. The degrees was on the wall. Before the degrees was on the wall, I had the acumen. But I had to raise my confidence to be able to speak to you right now. I had to raise my confidence to be able to go live during COVID and build the business that is the result of the confidence. So many people we've been able to impact powerfully because of one person's decision. Guys, if you're watching this right now, you got a decision to make. You have a decision to make. You could literally be making your yearly income monthly, your monthly income weekly, and your weekly income daily. It is possible for you. You have the skills. You have the competence. And if you don't, then you need to go get those. But sometimes it takes the confidence to go apply yourself, to learn the skills. Remember, 10 years of college, because I had the confidence to go get it, because I said, okay, there needs to be a shift and I need to be the one responsible for it. What is the change that you don't like? What are the things that you want to see in the world done differently? Just imagine if you could speak on it, stand on it, and do something about it. This is what building your confidence will help you to do. This is what building your brand will help you to do. This is what building your business will help you to do. Be able to afford your opinion and truly make a difference. So this is the end of the third quarter, fiscal business year. The end of the third quarter and beginning of the fourth quarter is October 1st. So at the end of this month, we're holding an ultimate brand challenge. The ultimate brand challenge at the end of this month, end of the third quarter. Why? Because you need to gain supreme confidence. You need to raise your ultimate confidence in yourself so that you can become the business owner, CEO, founder, coach, speaker, author, catalyst, thought leader that you know you can be. That you know you can be. So we're going to teach you business media, remote teams, authenticity marketing, name, image, and likeness, and delegation. Delegation and then domination. You delegate to dominate, but you can't dominate if you're not confident. So that's where we'll be starting. The link is under this picture. It should be on the ticker tape, guys. Put that in your browser. Go ahead and register there. And we're going to show you what supreme confidence in yourself feels like. So you'll finally be able to raise your prices, finally be able to raise your voice, finally be able to raise the funds and raise awareness to any cause that you want to have impact in. This is about change. It's about you changing you so you could change your family situation, change your economic situation, and then go on to change the world. But in order to do that, again, we need to start with confidence. So we'll be starting there and moving on to you creating your ultimate brand all for free. That's right. Absolutely free on me. Why? Because I have the confidence. I know. Once we serve, we will get what we deserve. There will be no charge at all. Put that link in the browser, register for the call, and I'll see you on the last 2 days of the third quarter, September 29th and 30th, and the first day of the fourth quarter, helping you to build your brand, build your confidence, build yourself, build your economy, build the life of your dreams. I'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. During that crunch time, lunchtime. Just remember that it's clutch time, and let's grow. I don't talk theory. I don't talk hyperbole. I don't talk opinion. Nothing I talk is anything but evidence-based.
During the G-Circle retreat in Atlanta, I had the pleasure and the honor of listening to Mr. Sean Rais. He will not only impact your organization, but he will elevate your team to another level.
When you change you, when you put you into the equation, the whole system is different. I guarantee you, you got the right thing. You are the right person. If you can present yourself in the best way possible, there's no negotiation.
His energy is infectious, and I have so many takeaways from the presentation that I can't wait to get started and implement them today to see the result.
I said Sean Rais. I'm proud. I said Sean Rais. Leadership is not the brand they made for us.
Listen, he brought fire, heat. He didn't hold back.
20 years down the line, what I could sell, why not serve first? Service over salary. Branding like a leader closes the gap for people who want branding. Speaking like a leader closes the gap for people who are nervous about speaking. If Steve Jobs would have speculated, we wouldn't have Apple.
He changed lives. He helped people open up their business and start their business.
We are the brand. Some people say, Sean, should I quit my job? Mentally, yes.
As a speaker too, to be able to learn from him and watch him and game respects game. And I want to have that much game someday.
The right client, pay $500,000 for what you do. You have to be bold in your beliefs.
He has been an amazing asset to this event and a pleasure to work with. Very captivating, collaborative, worked very well with the audience.
I want to help you. Put a 0 behind your number, right?
The session was great. How he is online, virtually, he is even more phenomenal in person.
Be the face of change that you want to see. Stop asking questions and start giving demands.
The entire team has just been absolutely incredible. They are a joy to work with. They go above and beyond.
Give yourself a round of applause.